The wind howled through Willow Creek, rattling the loose shutters of the old Victorian house at the end of Maple Street. Its faded green paint peeled like old skin, and the sagging porch groaned under the weight of neglect. Inside, the air was thick with tension, the kind that clung to the walls and seeped into every corner. Ellie Harper stood in the dimly lit living room, her hands clasped around the handle of a worn suitcase, her hazel eyes fixed on the man before her. Caleb Monroe's voice was low, sharp, and unforgiving. "You're only here for my twins," he said, his words slicing through the quiet. "Don't think you're part of this family. You're the nanny, nothing more." His broad shoulders were squared, his dark eyes shadowed with something deeper than anger, grief, raw and unhealed, that had festered since his wife's death 2 years ago. Ellie, at 25, had seen her share of broken homes, but Caleb's pain was a wall she hadn't expected to face so soon. She swallowed the sting of his words, forcing her expression to remain neutral. "I understand, Mr. Monroe," she said, her voice steady despite the knot in her stomach. "I'm here to take care of Mia and Max. That's all." It wasn't entirely true. Yes, she needed the job, her savings had dwindled to almost nothing after months of scraping by in the city, but the moment she'd met the twins during her interview, something had shifted inside her. Their wide blue eyes, identical yet so different, had sparked a warmth she hadn't felt in years. Mia, shy and clinging to a tattered stuffed bunny, had whispered her name like a secret. Max, bold and restless, had tugged at Ellie's sleeve, demanding she see his toy truck. They were 4 years old, small and vulnerable, and already carrying the weight of their father's sorrow. Ellie had taken the live-in nanny position not just for the paycheck, but because those kids needed someone. And maybe, just maybe, she needed them too. Caleb's gaze lingered on her, assessing, as if searching for a crack in her composure. His jaw was set, his dark hair slightly disheveled, and the lines around his eyes spoke of sleepless nights. At 32, he was younger than Ellie had expected, but grief had aged him, carving a hardness into his features that made him seem older. He wore a faded flannel shirt, the sleeves rolled up to reveal forearms marked by the grease stains of his auto shop. "The kids are upstairs," he said finally, turning toward the staircase. "They've had dinner. Don't let them stay up past 8. He didn't wait for a response, his boots thudding against the hardwood as he disappeared into the shadows of the hall. Ellie stood alone, the suitcase heavy in her hand, the silence of the house pressing against her. She took a deep breath and surveyed the room. The living room was a mess of contradictions, faded floral wallpaper clashed with modern toys scattered across the floor. A framed photo on the mantel caught her eye, a younger Caleb, smiling, his arm